Ladies and gentlemen, you're now listening to Who You Got with Kale and Sam. Now, who do you got?
What's going on, everybody? My name is Kale. Y'all know me from TNT Boys Podcast. I just want to jump on here quick. We had a video for this, and the video got corrupted on my phone. We tried to do something different. Try to give you more HD video. I'm going to get that fixed eventually soon. It was a little experiment, as long as we didn't lose audio, which we didn't. So this is going to be just an audio episode of the picks. Still a great episode. Hope you guys enjoy. Thank you. And don't forget to subscribe, like, and share with all your friends. Thanks. Welcome to Who You Got. Today is week number 9. Right? Right.
Week 9.
We are finally at week 9.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween. Ooh, spooky goblin and stuff. Ooh.
Yep.
Today is October 31st.
You should have worn the football helmet too for your costume.
No. I'm good.
Cheesehead?
Go ahead, put it on. I don't care.
I'll put it on.
Wear it.
With pride.
These Packer fans, man, I tell you. Speaking of Packer fans, our good friend over at the Uses Assumption podcast has put a bet up for me and whatnot. It's against the Lions, against the Packers on Sunday. Sunday. That's easy. Sunday.
This isn't going to work out with the headphones. So I'll just...
Safeguard it. Protect it.
Yep.
Fucking weirdos.
No.
Anyway.
Putting it back.
The bet that he has made with us, well, him and Sam, I'm the only Lions fan in the podcast brand.
The only one.
Sam, would you like to explain what this bet is?
So to my understanding, it is basically we bet on the game as we normally do. We do our predictions. So obviously I'm going to pick Packers. You're going to pick Lions. Obviously Vance will pick Packers. Depending on which team wins. So say the Packers win. Kale would have to wear the Packers jersey until the next game for every episode. And if the Lions win, then I would have to wear a Lions jersey every episode until the next game.
Man, you could be waiting for a long time.
So that's, to my understanding, that's what
I understood.
That's what it was. So
something you gotta like make posts or something too.
Oh yeah. So we had to make daily posts of affirmation for the opposite team. So like, again, if the Packers win, Kale would have to make daily posts about how the Packers are good. And if the Lions win, I would have to do the same for the Lions.
Now, I was thinking about this yesterday. I said the Lions win. I need Vance to wear a Jordan Love jersey. I know just the guy who has one.
Wait, Vance wouldn't wear a Jordan Love jersey. It doesn't matter.
I know, but just be funnier because he hates Jordan Love.
I mean, that would be a whole separate thing. That wouldn't even be related to this.
True.
Because the Packers are his team, regardless.
We'll have to figure something out that
if the Packers win, then you're the one that has to wear the Packers jersey.
If
and
it fits me. I doubt it fit me.
Well, you got to squeeze into that.
I don't know. And it'd just be for
Vance might have one that fits you.
I'm pretty sure it'd just be for who you got, right? Or just for all podcasts.
For all the episodes. All the episodes for the podcast, whether it's who you got, whether if it's a regular episode. That's how I understood it.
I guess.
I don't know.
I guess.
But I'm sure Vance has a Packers jersey that probably fits you better than what I have.
I have a Packers hat hiding somewhere.
Yeah, that I got you for Christmas one year because you said you were going to be a Packers fan at one point.
Yeah, I did that to fuck with you.
Yeah.
Remember the time about the Brett Favre Steakhouse? I know we talked about it once before.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
Oh, man, Brody and I got him pretty good one time. We were going to Green Bay.
We've already talked about this before.
I know. Some people don't know. Some are new people.
Fine. Do it. Take it away.
So we were going to Green Bay, and you know what? I don't think we're going to go into it because we're not. Just go to the podcast episode.
Go to the podcast episode where we talked about our trip to Wisconsin. It's right there for you.
Right there for you, eh?
You don't even need to listen to Kale jabber about it right now because it's not a big deal.
Basically, we tricked him into that Bret Favre Steakhouse is still there. We go there, it was torn down, and it was a new building. But he was so disappointed.
They're playing game. They played games with me, and now they're gonna pay the price for the repercussions.
Like how?
At some point, you will. Trust me, I'll get you at some point. Just go drink your water right there.
That's some good water. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Anyway, we are week 9 into the NFL season, and
Jets-Texans game is going on right now as we speak. And last I checked, it was 0-0. But I picked Texans.
And the reason why we are picking now on today of the game is the last few days I've been under the weather.
Yeah, Kale's been sicker than a dog.
If you can't tell the sound of my voice.
But we're still doing it, okay? We're still doing it.
Commitment.
Right? We might be a little late for the Thursday night game, but guess what? It's early enough.
It's just the Texans
It's still 0-0. It's just the Texans and the Jets.
It's just the Jets and the Texans.
Like, Jets are terrible. I'm sorry. I love Aaron Rodgers. It's time for him to hang it up. Texans.
Hang it up. Hang it up.
Texans are beat up. They're banged up. They're probably still going to win the AFC South because that division is weak. But I picked Texans for that one, so I don't think we need to waste much time there.
Easily Texans.
Yeah, Texans. So, and pencil those in for us. Oh,
All
you
right,
already put
I
yours.
got
You
mine
put
in there.
Tex. I just put the first letter of the team.
All right, next week we got the Panthers and the Saints.
Not
and,
next week. Not next week.
or
Next
this-
game.
Man, I am at my whole week.
Panthers at home versus the Saints.
Bryce Young getting back at starting position.
It's his second straight start. Second
Yep.
game back starting.
Spencer, who's going to be at quarterback for the Saints?
I don't know. They benched Rattler in the last game for the other guy. What was his name? What's his name?
It's probably some nobody.
I know. It's like I think it starts.
Benvenucci.
I'm gonna look it up right now.
It ain't
Actually,
no Benvenucci.
it's not Ben DiNucci,
I
but
just thought
actually
of that
Carr is set for return. It's Jake Hayner. So I don't know their quarterback situation, but the Panthers' situation isn't much more promising. Even though Bryce Young is reportedly starting again, they just traded their number one wide receiver for a bag of chips this week. When we talk about that, Deontay Johnson got traded to the Ravens for I think a 5th round pick, and they got a 6th round pick too, or something.
Yeah, that was kind of a surprising trade in a way.
Honestly,
I mean,
well, because like if you want Bryce Young to still succeed with the Panthers, Deontay Johnson was like your one chance at him maybe like still having a somewhat solid year. Because now your number one wide receiver is again 60-year-old Adam Thielen, and Chuba Hubbard's having a nice year at running back. He's actually been cooking this year.
Yep.
But I don't know, man. Saints have been playing like hot garbage lately. I'm gonna go Panthers in this one.
that's gonna be a tough one.
Oh, you picked Saints.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Saints obviously because I think they're not doing great, but I
Yeah,
mean,
they look like absolute garbage right now.
yeah, but
They look
it's
terrible.
Just, it's
Alvin
garbage.
Kamara is doing all right though. He's doing a good job.
It's garbage against garbage.
It is. It's the shit bowl this week. So we'll see.
Nah, and then the next game we got is the Giants and Commanders. Commanders coming off a upset, shocking win
That
against the Bears.
and that's what decided who you got last week is that Hail Mary, which is crazy. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah. Where's your clown shirt, man? Put that on.
Behind me.
Yeah, put it on. Put it on. Come on, man. You made the rules for this. You got to wear it.
I know.
I haven't not worn it every time I've lost.
There, it's on.
Like a cape, the clown hero. That's your Halloween costume.
It's the clown.
I'm going to say that was crazy, man. I saw Caleb Williams lead the Bears on that touchdown drive, and I'm like, I'm cooked. Bears are going to win it. Like, Commanders have no time left, but I kept watching. I'm like, yeah, maybe they can pull off a miracle. Maybe they can get in field goal range and kick a field goal. And Jaden Daniels just lobs up a Hail Mary pass. They tipped it to the guy. He was wide open. Who was it, Brown? Yeah, Brown. I forgot his first name, but
And then you got Stevenson just mocking the fans in the back there.
yeah, that's karma for you. But
And before we go anywhere further, actually, I did make a short, and some of the comments on that video, and it's just funny to me, honestly.
yeah, it was a bad throw or whatever. He underthrew it.
We have a total of 9 comments, which I thought, honestly, guys, for us, that's an all-time high on anything we got. It's kind of sad to say, but that's all right. I like it. You know, it's whatever. We're actually at 63 subscribers now.
Right.
Welcome.
We suck.
Yeah, we suck. We're terrible.
Yeah.
All right. It is loading here. Let's see. Go to content.
I will say though, I'm just gonna give my pick for this game. I'm gonna say Commanders over the Giants.
I will also say the Commanders. The Giants they're just booty. They are booty.
Yeah, Daniel Jones, not good. Worst starting quarterback in the league, not named Will Levis.
All right.
Levis got benched though, so.
So we got one comment here. It says, anyone with an arm, this was today, anyone with an arm could have done this. That's entirely on the bad awareness of the Bears and good awareness of the guy who stepped out of the pack to make
anyone
the grab.
with an arm.
I didn't know that a Hail Mary succeeding means that a quarterback is amazing. Amazing, usually it means the quarterback is so trash that he needed to win.
Dude, he had to launch that thing, man. Anyone with an arm, anyone with a rocket arm, maybe.
This one also made me laugh. Him underthrew it. It was pure luck and sure. And then someone replied to it. That's why it's called a Hail Mary. They're all lucky. But it was a 65-yard throw, just so you know. And the guy responded, well aware, buddy. Well aware, buddy.
Well aware. I just think it's hilarious when people come on the internet to talk shit and they can't even like grammar right.
And then someone said, too bad the refs ignored 3 penalties on that play, which there was. I think there was some probably or miss, but they're more focused on what's happening at the last few seconds of the game.
You can nitpick at the refs all you want. You can blame the refs all you want. There's always going to be bad calls by the refs or missed calls. Just take it for what it is. Take your L on the chin and move on, salty-ass Bears fans. I swear.
Or just salty NFL fans, more likely.
Yeah, but mostly Bears fans. Let's be honest. They suck. They still suck. They do look better this year than in recent years, though.
Oh, yeah.
Hydrate, Kale. Okay. Next game, Bills-Dolphins.
I'm going to go with Bills on this one. I think they're playing pretty damn well.
Bills look good.
Dolphins are still not looking great with Tua coming back. Tua's still making them questionable runs. Everyone's when he sees him run, they're like, he needs to stop.
He played pretty well in their last game against Arizona, but it just wasn't enough for them to pull off the win.
Yeah.
Kyler Murray, pulled off some magic late in the game, and that was that. But the Dolphins, their biggest thing is they're not getting the ball to Tyreek Hill, their best player, and they're not getting the ball to him.
The guy who can't pull out his own damn driveway.
They gotta figure out a way to get the ball to Tyreek Hill.
Yes, sir.
That's all I can really say there. But yeah, I think Bills are just the better team. Josh Allen's playing really solid. He has yet to throw an interception this year, which I think is insane because he's kind of been known as a gunslinger, and the fact he hasn't thrown one yet this year is pretty crazy.
And then next game, we have the Browns versus the Chargers.
The Jameis Winston-led Browns, I've been saying this all year. The Browns' offense would look so much better with Jameis Winston.
And look how they did that game right there. And
they came in and beat one of the best teams in the league, the Ravens.
I think I'm going to go with the Browns on this one. I think they're going to be pretty good for this game. I think we're going to see Jameis Winston come back out and ball again.
The thing is, they have the talent on offense to do well. And Jameis had 300 yards, 3 touchdowns, no picks in their last game. They have the defense to perform. Nick Chubb is back. Yeah, they lost Amari Cooper, but they still got some guys that can ball. That said, I don't know. The Chargers have been playing pretty solid this year. They've had a better running game. Justin Herbert's probably had the best running game he's had his whole career and the best defense he's had. I'm going to roll Chargers in this one. Something we need to make sure of, though.
I think it's a pretty good game.
So we avoid a tie. Need a tiebreaker. We need to make sure we have an odd number of games different.
Yeah.
So right now we have Right now we have 2 games different.
I could tell you right now.
We need at least one more.
The Titans and Patriots would be a good candidate for that one.
Yeah, that's another battle of the shit. I am going to say, though, I'm going to say Patriots, though, in that one. I'm going to say Patriots. They looked kind of solid in their win against the Jets last week, which to some people would have been an upset because I don't think a lot of people expected the Patriots to win that one. And Titans just look like one of the worst teams in the league this year, so I'm going to go Patriots.
I hate to say it, but I'm going to go Patriots.
And even though they benched Will Levis for Mason Rudolph, their offense doesn't look much better.
No, I mean, we just watched them get killed by the Lions.
Exactly.
Falcons,
But the Lions are one of the best teams in the league, though, right now. Let's be honest. They
Yeah.
look like the best team in the league right now. Falcons, Cowboys. I'm going to go Falcons.
Falcons, yep. I think Kirk Cousins still balling out. I think he's doing pretty well.
He's having a solid year.
Yeah,
He is.
Come back for injury, ACL, MCL, whatever it was.
Yeah, he's just so accurate. He does nothing fancy. He sits in the pocket and he throws dimes to the open receivers. That's just what he does. So, and the Cowboys have looked like trash all year. No defense, no offensive line, no running game. And the Cowboys are just garbage. Dak is not a transcendent talent at quarterback. He was a 4th rounder for a reason. And
I think he's a scam.
I think he's a solid quarterback, but he is not elite at all.
And I'm not saying that because I hate him. I just don't. I think he's all right, but I don't think he's like.
If CD is double covered, he's screwed, pretty much. So, anyway.
I think last year they figured out what he does.
He needs a running game to succeed,
Yeah.
and they don't have that.
No, they got rid of it.
Bengals, Raiders, I'm going to go Bengals.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go with the Bengals too because the Raiders last week, they threw that chance away down the toilet.
Raiders look bad this year, offensively at least. They don't know what their situation at quarterback is right now. It seems like they've been rolling mostly with Gardner. But Aiden O'Connell's get sprinkled in there here and there. They picked up Desmond Ridder, so who knows really what they're going to do. Plus, they got rid of Devontae Adams, which he wanted out of there anyway.
Went from a 2-5 team to another 2-5 team.
Yeah, he went from a shit team to another really bad team.
Another shit team.
But the Bengals had a tough loss last week to the Eagles, but the Eagles are starting to catch fire lately. But I just think the Bengals, they're going to start rattling off some wins, I think. Joe Burrow's really been solid all year. It's just their defense, especially their pass defense, that has been struggling this year. Ravens, Broncos. I got to go Ravens.
That's an easy one, Ravens.
Broncos have looked solid at times this year, but Ravens.
They're still learning. They're still learning.
Yeah, with a rookie quarterback who's been playing solid. Ravens, though, are one of the best teams in the league, and they're going to be pissed off after losing to the Browns last week. So I'm going to go Ravens. Cardinals, Bears. This one might be interesting. This might be the decider here.
I mean, if you think about it, or if you already did count it, the Rams, or not the Rams, the Seahawks, the Packers and the Lions might be the different one.
That would be. Yeah, I guess it would be, unless we have 5.
Well, I ain't going to lie to you. Just kind of looking at some of these games, I already know who I'm picking. Cardinals and Bears, I think the Bears are going to win in that one. I think they looked pretty good last week, other than the Hail Mary, but
yeah.
I think they're finally getting around and figuring out how to work as a team with Caleb Williams himself.
I think overall the Bears have a better team.
But, however, their biggest downfall as a team right now is their head coach and some of the staff on there as well.
I'd say with the Cardinals, they have a high ceiling with a quarterback like Kyler Murray and some of the talent they have, but they've been inconsistent.
Yeah.
I'm going to roll Bears in that one as well.
Next game will be the Eagles and Jaguars.
I got to go Eagles here.
Easily Eagles.
There's really not much to say there. I mean, Jaguars have been playing better recently. Like, they almost upset my Packers last week. Malik Willis came in and cooked at the end.
They've had some good ones, like close games.
Yeah, and Trevor Lawrence has looked better, but the Eagles have looked really good lately. Jalen Hurts isn't turning the ball over.
Yep.
A.J. Brown is looking great. Saquon's looking like the best running back in the league right now, and their defense is playing pretty good. So I got to go Eagles. Seahawks, Rams.
I'm going to go with the Rams on this one. I think they're playing pretty well now.
Rams had a big upset victory last week against the Vikings, even though there's a questionable no call in the face masks there.
Yeah.
Did the Seahawks? Who'd they play?
They had a bye week.
Did they have a bye week? No, they
Yeah.
didn't. There was no bye weeks last week.
Oh yeah.
Seahawks played. They played the Bills. They lost to the Bills, so
How
that's a
much?
no-brainer.
I do not remember.
Bills beat them pretty handedly.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll Rams here. I think Stafford's catching fire.
I got the Rams on here, and I got my dad on standby for this one. You know what? I think they're going to do pretty well. I think their defense is looking all right now. Matthew Stafford's still playing like Matthew Stafford.
Yeah.
Just getting it done. Cooper Kupp, he had a big game last week. He's back.
Puka Nakua's back.
Yep. Cooper Kupp was on the trade block, but I think they saw what he can do finally again, and they're like, hey, we need to keep him.
Has Higbee been out all year? Because I think Colby Parkinson has been starting at tight end for them.
I think so, yeah.
Packers Lions. Obviously, I'm Packers. He's Lions.
That's gonna be a good game. They're predicting a lot of people are saying that the Lions are gonna win.
Yeah.
As long the only thing I saw that kind of concerned me is that Jared Goff sat out yesterday for practice because
he'll play. He won't miss this game.
Yeah, I know. He rolled his ankle during practice yesterday.
Ooh.
So there's that.
What if it's the shot that, because Jordan Love obviously got banged up in the last game, what if it's the shot that it's our backup quarterbacks, Malik Willis versus Hendon Hooker?
I think they were in the same draft class too. Were they?
No.
Or a year or two
Malik
before?
was 2022. I think Hendon Hooker was 2023.
Looked like a year after.
A year off. Yeah.
Both pretty good, solid backups as they are.
Yeah. Well, we've seen what Malik can do with Green Bay. We haven't seen we've seen some Hendon Hooker stuff in the preseason.
I think if Jordan Love's healthy, he could play pretty good. But part of me is like, I really hope not. No.
Well, yeah, your guys' biggest weakness right now, since Aiden Hutchinson has gotten injured, is your pass rush.
Yeah, our pass rush is somewhat of our secondary a little bit,
But overall, you guys have a really balanced team. It's going to be a really tough game. I already know that it's gonna
come down to the wire.
It's gonna come down to the wire,
or the Lions are gonna pull away by the end.
Yeah, it's either gonna come down to the wire, or I think you guys destroy us. I don't think it's a situation where we destroy you guys, though.
Yeah,
I'm just being honest. I'm keeping it real. But yeah, I still got to go for my Packers. So, Vikings Colts. Quick note on the Colts: they have benched Anthony Richardson.
Yeah, let's
for
talk
Joe
about that
Flacco.
quote he said.
Man, I was just tired, man.
Honestly, if I was a teammate, I would have lost respect for him at that point. Like,
you don't do that as a franchise quarterback.
No, like what,
Like, how many of these other quarterbacks are running a lot? Like Lamar, Kyler, Jalen Hurts.
However,
and they're not tapping out, being like, "I'm tired, coach."
However, you got to look at it too. He doesn't have star receivers very much.
Well, you got to think about it if you're a lineman, though.
Yeah,
big 300-pound dude. You're in the trenches every play, getting beat up.
Yeah.
You're obviously really tired, and then your quarterback is like, "I'm tired."
That. I've been there. I know how that feels.
Yeah, but you were a lineman.
You got to be the quarterback. You got to suck it up. You're the general of that offense.
Yeah, but needless to say, their offense has looked better and more consistent, and more. The routine plays are there with a guy like Joe Flacco.
Yeah,
and he gives them the best chance to win anyway. So if they want to be as competitive as possible, Flacco's the better option. I think Richardson was such a big project coming out of college. Like, the appeal was there because he had the size, the arm strength, the athleticism to really be a stud, but he was so raw. And I think he needs time to learn behind a veteran.
He kind of came in cocky.
Might change the way the NFL starts to develop quarterbacks.
It might.
Because so many teams draft these first rounders and they just throw them into the starting lineup right away. And when they don't pan out the way they want them to, after a couple of years, you're trash. We're moving on. But then you look at a guy like Jordan Love, who sat for 3 years behind a Hall of Famer.
If you want to be honest, look at Michael Penix behind
Kirk Cousins. Exactly.
He's
getting set up for.
Or Jared Goff and Hendon Hooker.
Right. Or even way back when, Aaron Rodgers and Brett Favre. There's a few others that are kind of trying to do that same thing. Like you can even almost to a point kind of say the Vikings with J.J. McCarthy and Sam Darnold.
You can almost say to at a point Tom Brady and some of his quarterbacks that he had.
Tom Brady and Drew Bledsoe.
Yep. Tom Brady and Brian
Jimmy G.
Jimmy G, and then the dude that went to Cleveland that was a quarterback for a while.
Hoyer.
He did pretty well, right?
He had one fairly solid year with the Browns.
And then he lost it.
But that's something like you can tell when a guy's ready to start right away, like a guy like Caleb Williams, a guy like Trevor Lawrence, Andrew Luck, guys like that. But there's guys that need that extra time to develop, like a guy like Anthony Richardson. Everyone thought he was going to be Cam Newton 2.0. It hasn't happened. I think sitting behind Flacco will be good for him, personally. So, my prediction for this game is going to be probably Vikings are on a cold streak. Honestly, they've lost a couple in a row.
I'm going to go with the Vikings.
I'm going to go Vikings, too, just because Colts are a lot better with Flacco, but I don't think they have as complete a team as the Vikings.
I'll be honest.
That's your Sunday night game, by the way.
Colts are trash, and
they beat the
Vikings are.
They
poised.
gave the Texans a tough game.
They did. But you got to understand, Vikings are poised. They lost the last 2 games. If I was them, I'd be pissed. I want to win.
They're going to be a little pissed. You're right.
I mean, NFC is very competitive right now. The NFC North,
especially the North. Yep.
So
Bears are 4-3, last in the division.
Yep.
And there's another team that's 4-3 in first place in their division. I can't remember. I saw something about that. Chiefs Bucks on Monday Night Football.
Good game.
Could be a good game.
The refs versus the
refs versus the Bucks.
The Dippers.
Yeah, the Zins.
The Zinners.
I love the way Baker's been playing since he got to Tampa.
I think
I really feel like he's found his home.
Yeah, his career has been a lot better there.
They're letting him play the way Baker plays.
Yeah.
To me, he really reminds me of like a modern day Brett Favre. He really does. Like the way he plays, his attitude, his charisma. And, he's just kind of a gunslinger. He goes out there and does it. And even without Mike Evans and Chris Godwin, he's been playing good. He's utilizing his tight end, Cade Otton. Trey Palmer's been getting more work. He's utilizing the running backs, Bucky Irving, Rashad White.
Trey Palmer's getting in there too?
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah.
Are they going to hand the Chiefs their first loss this year? What do you think? Chiefs are at home too, by the way.
I think. Ooh, that's a tough one.
Just remember, if we do this one different, we're gonna have to do a tiebreaker because it'll be even amount.
It's a tough game.
I'm gonna go Chiefs.
Good, because I was gonna go to the Buccaneers. I think Baker Mayfield and the Trey Palmer and the Buccaneers are gonna pull it off. And
so you're going Bucks.
Yes, sir.
So then, what's our tiebreaker?
I thought it'd been odd.
No, this makes it even because now we have. Let's see. I'm going through it here. We have Panthers Saints different. We have.
I say for the Packers.
We have
game.
Chargers Browns different, and then we have Packers Lions different, which is odd, and then we have Chiefs Buccaneers different. So that's even. So we have to do a tiebreaker.
All right.
For Chiefs Buccaneers.
Couldn't we do a tiebreaker for the Lions Packers game? Score wise.
Yeah, let's do it. What's your prediction?
Well, it's a good game.
I will say, I'm gonna say
that's a tough one.
Cause sometimes it's hard to tell if it's gonna be high scoring, low scoring, or like kind of in the middle. I know I'm gonna predict it to be close, regardless.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say like on the cusp of a shootout, but not quite. I'm gonna say like 31 to 28 Packers. I'll say 31 to 28.
That's funny. My score was going to be 38 to 35.
Okay, put that in for you. Next to your L, put 30 or next to your L for Lions, put what was it? 35 to 28.
38 to 25.
38
to 35.
38 to 35.
It's going to be a walk-off field goal or
so
something.
that is a shootout, man.
Yeah.
Mine's close to being a shootout.
Well, no, both of ours is because, I mean, it's going to be by 3 points.
Yeah, but yours is just higher scoring.
Yeah.
So that's what I mean by shootout. All right, man. Well,
Good predictions.
should be a fun week of games. I feel like there'll be some good games this week. Let's check that.
Check what?
Texans are up 7-0 right now over the Jets.
Oh, that's going to be an easy W for me.
For me, too. I
Yes,
picked the
sir.
Texans as well.
All right.
Yeah, Joe Mixon scored a touchdown for me. I have him in fantasy, one of my teams. Well, anything else to add? Let's see. Did we talk about all the major headlines in the league this week? So we talked about
Stephon Diggs.
we talked about Deontay Johnson. We talked about Anthony Richardson.
Stephon Diggs.
Out for the year with the torn ACL. And there was one other thing today that I saw. Alan Lazard out for the season for the Jets. He's not a bad wide receiver, but he's not great. He really only performs well with Aaron at quarterback because they have chemistry.
Yep.
But he kind of getting lost in the shuffle now that they picked up Devontae and they have Garrett Wilson and Mike Williams and all those guys. So,
if you notice, I don't have a beard anymore. So this month of November, I'm going to be doing, and I don't know if you are, but so November is going to be Movember for a lot of men, and I guess whoever else can grow facial hair. I don't want to say anything offending anyone.
yeah.
I decided to do a mustache in support of men's mental health and suicide and stuff like that. Just bring awareness and stuff.
Mhm.
I'm gonna add the links below here somewhere, and where you can go check out and donate some money to it. It'd be a great cause. It's a good cause for young
For
people,
sure.
for us. It's sad.
It's a big thing.
We actually have an episode coming out. I'm gonna try to push it for this Sunday, but if not, it'll be a couple weeks anyway.
Yeah.
We just got back from Des Moines. We have a good episode out there.
Couple good ones.
Yep.
One with our boy Robbie.
And then one we just randomly did at night, and
Mm-hmm.
it was kind of a tough one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Got maybe a vlog coming out too with it.
Yeah.
You got to send me your video still.
Yeah.
We'll do that after. Don't forget to follow us on all social medias of ours: Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. I couldn't think of the last one. And then also follow Agent Life Media Group at Agent Life Media Group. That is our brand. That's who represents us. Also listen to all of our podcasts on there. Ours is the TNT Boys. We're not great.
Yeah.
We do all right.
We're all right.
We're all right.
We're all right.
We'll be all right in the morning.
Yeah.
And then you got Useless Assumptions. They're live right now. They do a live every Thursday, and they do
Those same guys do touching base.
Yep, on Tuesdays they do local
Zach
stories
and
and
Bates.
stuff.
And talking dirt
Talking
with
dirt.
Cameron.
And Justin, they do racing and fishing and whatever else.
Fishing.
And yeah. Thanks. All right.
Peace out, bye.
Peace out. Bye.